You need to stop the insecurity. Did you know us women have the strongest energy on earth to get whatever we want? Not just that, but life becomes 100 times more enjoyable when we actually are comfortable in who we are. We're radiant instead of trying to hide ourselves 24/7. Because let me tell you, I used to be the shyest, the quietest, the smallest person in the room. But after learning every single thing about confidence, I became the person people looked up to become confident, because I kept reaching milestone after milestone because I got every single thing that I wanted. Since I don't gatekeep on this channel today, I'm sharing the 10 traits every confident woman has to get whatever she wants in life. Number 1, certainty in herself regardless of the situation. I had to put in regardless of the situation because being confident is not about being confident when things are just going well. True confidence is embodying that trait when things honestly are not going well or things are no longer in your control. I love using this example. When I lived in LA back in college for like 3 months, I was doing an internship there. I remember I really wanted to put myself out there. I wanted to meet new people. So I took myself to a networking event in downtown LA without knowing a single soul. So since I wasn't in control of the situation, I didn't know who was going to be there. I didn't know how the turnout was going to be. I could have showed up very small, very insecure, kind of just like in the shadows behind the scenes, not really going up and talking to people. But I'm like, wait, no, I'm the person who is confident. Whoever is there is going to be so lucky to meet me. So that is the energy. I showed up in that room. I was confident regardless of the situation. And it ended up being an amazing night. I met so many amazing people. And by the end of the night, I was so proud of myself and I was so thankful for myself because I showed up regardless of the situation, and it elevated my confidence so much more. Number 2, confident women love their physical appearance. I have not met a single woman who is so confident and she doesn't love the way that she looks. Key point about this, it doesn't matter how you look. You don't have to be like the stereotypical beautiful girl that society has deemed as pretty. You are pretty on your own. You honestly have to be feeling yourself all the time. Because if you don't like the way that you look, there is a lot of insecurity there. And honestly, that's okay. It took me a little bit of time to really get to a point where I am so comfortable in my skin. I am so excited to put on clothes, put on makeup, do my hair. This is where you can add stuff to yourself. Like if you feel like a mess every single day because you're showing up in sweatpants with your hair a mess, you're not taking care of your skin, no wonder you're not feeling yourself. So that is where you actually need to start taking care of yourself, because physical appearance actually matters, and it matters a lot. I love using Marilyn Monroe as an example because she actually used to be very shy, very introverted, very insecure, but she wanted to make her name. She wanted to build a brand for herself. So what she actually did was she created an icon. She created basically like a different character that she would dress up as. She would curl her hair, she would put on her pretty white dress, put on a red lipstick, and she would strut down the road, and every single person would turn to look at her because she radiated confidence simply by changing her physical appearance. Number 3, following through with her standards. There is nothing worse that you can do to tear down your confidence faster than not following through with what you said you would do. So if you tell yourself tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up at 7 a.m. I'm going to take myself to the gym. And then tomorrow morning rolls around and you do not wake up early and you do not go to the gym. That is going to tear down your confidence. Like it's not enough to just say, oh, I'm going to create new habits. I'm going to have a new routine. You actually have to follow through with it, because when you follow through, you are building trust with yourself. If you don't, you're breaking that trust. Therefore, you're not going to have the self-confidence you need. I remember when I was in college, I knew I wanted to build my brand on social media. Therefore, every single day, I start to create daily video that I post on my YouTube. You can actually go back and see all of my old cringy videos, and I did it every single day for like 265 days straight. But guess what? I actually sucked at those videos in the really beginning because I used to be really shy, really introverted. I didn't necessarily know how to speak comfortably on camera. But guess what happened? Over time, since I followed through, I stayed consistent, I put my word in, I got better, and I actually built a very big brand on social media. So imagine if I just told myself, oh, I want to build a brand without actually following through with the work needed to actually build that brand, make my own money, not work a 9-to-5 job. I wouldn't have been able to do it. Number 4, confident women fill their own cup up first. When you prioritize yourself, you will blow yourself away by the level and the amount of help that you can do for other people just because you feel so good on your own first. I've met so many women and they always tell me the same thing. They're like, I want to change the world. I want to help so many people. I want to help my friends. I want to help my family. But I'm like, girl, if you don't help yourself first, there is no way you have the energy, the time, the commitment, the mental capacity to help other people. It's not possible. The first thing that I do every single morning without fail is I spend at least an hour to myself where I meditate, I journal, I do my affirmations, I do my visualizations, I work out, and then I am ready to take on the day. I'm ready to help other people. But let me tell you, if I don't do that every single morning, I can tell the biggest difference in my energy and in my mood. So if the first thing that you're doing every single morning is helping other people or scrolling on social media and giving your time and your attention away, you need to stop that. Number 5, taking up space unapologetically. If you're going to an event, a business meeting, or even a group dinner, it is okay to be seen. A lot of people mistake confidence with arrogance. They think every single time they have to go somewhere, they have to be loud, they have to be talking about themselves 24/7, they have to make themselves seem better than everybody else, but that actually couldn't be further from the truth. When you are physically in a location, you want to take up space, you want to stand up tall, you want to communicate, you want to make jokes, you want to talk to people. Like, people literally should be looking at you because you're radiating energy, not because you're the only one that's talking, not because you're being loud, but because you're not shrinking, you're not small, you're not just staring at your phone, you're out, you're open, you're ready to actually make real conversation. Number 6, doing things that are new but aligned. When you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, you are in safety and you're in comfort, which is fine, but as we all know, there is no growth there. When you try new things that are aligned with your goal and your vision, you actually feel progress. It doesn't even matter if the thing works out, you just build the confidence because you're trying new and different things. After building my brand for over 5 years now, when I try things that are new and different, people have never done before, sometimes it will work and it'll work really well, and other times it won't work at all. Does it hurt me? No, it just shows that I'm progressing, I am changing, I'm doing new and different things, and it builds up my confidence. Because at the end of the day, confidence does not come from being the best at what you do. Confidence comes from trying new things and seeing progression no matter what it is in the first place. Number 7, confident women make the final decision. This is a very big one because there is nothing wrong about getting advice from other people, asking for help, getting their opinion. But there comes a problem when other people are making decisions for you, or worse, you cannot make a decision without consulting somebody else. Confident women, they know their goal, they know their vision, and they know their mission, and they also know nobody sees it and knows it as clearly as they do. Therefore, they do not make decisions based on other people's opinions. They make decisions based on themselves. Catch yourself on this one. If you always make decisions based on what your friends say, what your parents say, what your spouse say, once again, it's okay if you get their input, but you are the one that makes the final call. Number 8, she knows everything works out for her. Honestly, I don't even feel like I need to explain this one, but when you are so confident in life in general, you are so confident in what it is that you want, you know what you want is already meant for you before you actually see it pop up in your physical world and physical reality, you are always going to get it. Because even in the worst situations, maybe like something that you planned out didn't go the way that you wanted to, in that moment, you understand and you know that is the unfolding to bigger and better things. It wasn't meant for you. Great, something better is coming. This is also really key when it comes to relationships. Before my fiance, Andy, I was in a relationship where I thought this person was going to be the person I was going to spend the rest of my life with. But like, let's be honest, he was very narcissistic, so that wasn't going to happen. But I remember being in that relationship and not wanting to leave because I thought there wasn't anything better out there for me. Like, I'm sure you can relate to this, but during that relationship, I actually built the confidence to leave because I understood and realized I am the prize. I am the person that people want to be in a relationship with, and I know this didn't work out because there is someone better out there for me. Like, my husband is looking, he is searching for me. So why am I still in this dead end relationship that's not really going to go anywhere? So when you can have this deep certainty and belief in yourself, belief even in the universe and God, whatever it is that you believe in, know everything is going to work out for you. That is the confidence that you need to follow through with what it is that you want. Number 9, embraces her own originality. There is nothing I love more than seeing women fully express themselves, fully be themselves, the way that they speak, the way that they talk, the way that they dress, and you just know that is 100% them. Like, they're not faking it, they're not creating it, they are truly just being themselves. The coolest part about this, it wasn't even how they dressed, it wasn't how they looked, it was how they actually radiated their confidence. When I used to do a lot more business coaching, I would work with my clients, I would notice they would try to act like and model off of, and honestly sometimes copy other creators they really loved in their industry, but that actually was the biggest disgrace that they could do because their own originality, their own spark was diminished. It wasn't even there. Therefore, people couldn't actually fall in love with them because they noticed that key part was actually missing. Like, there's honestly nothing more attractive, nothing more appealing, nothing more sexy than being confident in who you are. Last but not least, number 10, voices her opinion. A girl who stands up for herself, her beliefs, her values, she will always be respected. If you see something happening that does not align with who you are, or where someone is saying something about you or doing something to you, you need to stand up for yourself. You need to voice your opinion, because let me tell you, in the past, when I used to be shy, insecure to myself, I allowed so many people walk over me to a point where I lost my confidence and I lost my self-esteem because I thought I was the person who was in the wrong. But you need to put people in their place. If someone is disrespecting you or disrespecting somebody else, don't be afraid to speak up. This was one of the biggest things that I had to learn coming from like a recovering people pleaser, because I didn't want to make people uncomfortable, but they were making me feel uncomfortable. Like, to be honest, this is one of the most important things that you need to embody, and you really need to learn to become a confident woman. But girl, let me tell you, after embodying these, and not just embodying them, living them, being them 24/7, you truly attract the most amazing opportunities and experiences to you. I love you so much. If you have not watched the video on how to glow up this summer, make sure to watch it right here. I will see you next week, bestie. I love you so much, and until then, make sure that you stay unforgettable.